Hey everyone, it's your girl NeenaRose coming at you for your daily come up for September 1st, 2021. Hope all is well with you all. We didn't do the August series. I had a few things come up, but we're going to pick up with the September series, which is working through growth. Okay. I feel like a lot of you have been going through some things since your ascension. Those of you that's been working your purpose, working and just trying to move in progress. And so this month here, we're just going to highlight, just like I've been doing on the daily come ups, as far as what to look out for, what messages the ancestors may have for you all, as far as what's what. Okay. So I want to thank you all for your like, share, subscribes. Those of you that's been rocking with me. I still been doing readings. I was doing readings. People were still hitting me up for readings and private consultations and things of that nature. But I also had some other things I was working on. So you'll also be seeing that soon as well. So with that, let's go ahead and get started here. What deck do you want me to use? Okay, we're going to start off with the Egyptian Tarot. So let's get some energy out here. What do you have for the daily come up, working through growth? Because a lot of people have been dealing with things. You've grown, and then like a lot of things have come back around. I don't want you all to get confused, because see, a lot of times you could tell some people are going to get offended about what I'm about to say, because this is what I've been noticing on people. They say they've grown, they've matured, and in time something happened, they threw the roof. Okay, yeah, sometimes we can get upset, we get angry, right? But at the same time, how far are we trying to go? What are we really trying to do? Okay. Or what needs to come out? Okay. So now the death is at the bottom of the deck in reverse here. You have here Temperance, the Strength card, the Nine of Wands, Seven of Cups in reverse, yeah, Seven of Cups in reverse. Who is this? The Knight of Cups in reverse. The Two of Wands. The Five of Wands. The Ten of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And the Knight of Swords here. Now, what I'm feeling like here, there's a lot of energy here. A lot of you are looking for things that's going to play out, things that's going to work out for your best benefit in the long run. I feel like a lot of you have been dealing with getting balanced out with Temperance here. I feel like a lot of you have gotten balanced out. Give me a clarifier for Temperance. Okay, is the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so let's look at it like this here. Okay, so let's give an example on this growth. A lot of you have grown through some things, grown through some things, not gone through some things. You've gone through them, but you've grown through some things. And a lot of you are wondering why some people are back. Okay, as some of you went through this in May, I'm hearing that it probably hit a lot of people in May real heavy, about just the growth, the process of moving forward, and then you feel like people were trying to pull you back. But the universe was also trying to get you to see where you're at. Where are you at in your process? Where are you at in what you're doing? Okay, so I feel like a lot of you may have struggled a little bit, or even gotten to the point where you left a job, you left a source of income that you may have had, you had become familiar with, but it was time to step out on purpose, right? So some of you may not have transitioned in a timely manner. So some of you may have struggled. Some of you may have lost a home, or just lost some stability, or like your main income may have kind of dried up, is what I'm hearing. With the Strength card here, a lot of you had to move forward. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Three of Pentacles right now. I mean, the Three of Wands. So a lot of you are waiting for some things to come back in. On some investments that you may have made. Even I feel like some of you may have invested in some people, and you're waiting for something to come back in. Like you're waiting for basically just something to turn around, as far as you may have gotten some employees and you may have paid them, but the actual investment of having employees may not have paid off yet. That's what I'm hearing too. Give me something for the strength card for the collective. What do you want them to know, Creator? Okay, so one came out turned down here, which is the Page of Swords in reverse. And then the Ten of Wands. Okay, so what I'm getting here, I feel like a lot of you may have invested in some things. Some things may not have just turned out the way you thought they were going to turn out. Or they may not have just manifested. Because now you have the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel like there's some things that may have went on. You may have critiqued some things. You may have readjusted some things. But that's part of the growth, right? Like you realize something's not working. Some of you may have gotten out of contracts. Some of you may have picked up a lot of little small jobs with the Ten of Wands here. You may have picked up some things that may have not been like you know how to do this thing. Whatever it is that you do, you know how to do it. But it's like instead of like searching for big jobs and making like a lot of money at one time, you may have picked up like 10 little odd jobs pertaining to what you do to get it in. So it's like, okay, I don't have to reinvent the wheel with the Page of Swords here in reverse. I don't have to go and try to market myself just completely. I do know how to go and get a little few things. I got a little hustle going. I feel like with the Nine of Wands here, these are some things that have been tried and true. You've done these things for a while. You know how to make it work. And this is what you're doing right now. And then you have here the Seven of Cups in reverse here. There's a lot of energy here on being loved and moving forward in spite of. I feel like a lot of you have let go of some things that was more so of imagination. Or you know how like a lot of times we, let's say we get into a relationship. We're with somebody. We've been dealing with people, right? And then it's like, okay, you may get that little sense of thinking back on the past or some people that never really just panned out. I feel like a lot of you have let those starts go completely. You know, like some people you never got that start with. And I feel like at this point in time, a lot of you have just let that thought go completely. You know, like, okay, we never did get it off the ground. Well, it's over with. It's just, I'm not going to worry about it. And I feel like that's where you're at now. With this Knight of Swords, I feel like this energy came in as a surprise, like of you letting some things go, letting some people go, concerning where it is that you're going and what it is that you're going to be doing. I'm going to start shuffling the Moonology while I talk here. And then you have here with the Knight of Cups in reverse here. I feel like there's an energy here. I feel like you just let some things go. I feel like some energy may have come in. And you realizing that, you know what, I've been at this a while by myself, or I've already had somebody in my energy for a long time that just was not helping. You at the end of that ascension part, a lot of you I say end of that is the level of ascension that you're on. A lot of you let go of some people and situations that just didn't pan out. You know, some of you it was jobs, for some of you it was just relationships, different connections that just did not pan out for you. And I feel like, and I'm saying that to say this here, I feel like with the Knight of Cups and the reverse here, you all just let go. And it was time to. Emotionally, you let go of some people that just never made it back. Or you may have saw them in the past and then you may be like, man, I may have dodged a bullet on that. You know, you just like, that just didn't work out, or I'm glad it didn't because look where they're at now. You know, the Two of Wands here, some of you may be in indecision about some things that you're passionate about. Like I said, I'm gonna get some clarifiers here from the Moonology, what I'm shuffling in right now. You have the Five of Wands here. I feel like there's been conflict in your community in this area of, because a lot of you, like I said, if you're on this journey has not been easy. The growth has not been easy. But this is the time to show the growth. I don't have to speak the growth. I don't have to tell somebody about who I am. You know, there are a lot of people who are always saying who they are, who they are, who they are. And then their fruits don't show that. And that's what we need to be paying attention to. Okay, well, they said they was that. And then, you know, when I talk to them, you know, I think they got a little spark here and there. But But that comes with them not wanting to do the whole job. You know, like you meet people along the way who don't have the spark that keeps going. They're just kind of like in and out, in and out, in and out, just constantly. But why is that? That's because of once it's that partial healing. You know, like, okay, when the thoughts and the memories get real bad, you just kind of shut it down as opposed to facing them. You'll never help somebody else heal if you don't completely heal. And that's what a lot of people just take off running with. Well, I know I'm supposed to be this here. A lot of people believe that lie that they tell. People want to treat you as who you're supposed to be as opposed to who you are. That's deceptive energy. That's lies. How is somebody going to treat you as who you're supposed to be? And you haven't even conquered to be that person. A lot of people don't want to hear that either. But a lot of you are going to realize where you're stagnant at. Why are you so stagnant? You haven't conquered like you needed to get to the next point. It's hard to walk this growth out when you're not realizing that it's time to walk the growth out. Then you can get the bugs. That's how you get the bugs out. Get the kinks out. You got to walk it out. And then you got to realize, okay, this part here I got to do for me and for mine. Everything is not going to be perfect. Everything's not going to be right, right on point every time. Because you have to walk it out, right? That's what the 10 of Cups is here for. A lot of you are emotionally fulfilled, but you haven't made it yet. And it's okay. But that's the whole point. Now I know what I want to do. Now I know how I'm going to get there. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles. Your pentacles may not look good right now. Your pentacles may be a little down. And then the thing is, it's so much that's been going on. People want to say, well, people tried that witchcraft, but it didn't work. Stop telling that lie. They stuff hit you. It may not have lasted forever, but you got to know that the stuff may have hit. How you know it hit? Did you have thoughts of that weren't yours? Yes. Well, part of it did hit. Because see, one thing about it, a lot of people want to give you false info. It's false info when they say God's going to protect you all the way around. That don't work like that. Not saying God not going to protect you, but you got to understand that penetration has to hit in order for them to cause an offense. If they never got anything off, how did they cause an offense? Why would God protect you? It don't work. You got to understand what's really going on. God allows manifestation of the enemy's tactics sometimes. That's why we pray against, the manifestation. But if part of what they're doing needs to manifest so that you can work your gifts, it's going to manifest. A lot of people be lying, saying that, they works ain't going to work. God got you. Nah, you ain't been in chaos and confusion for 2-3 years and say they stuff ain't working. They stuff working. Well, okay, so how was it not working when you didn't even know you was being attacked and you've been getting your butt whooped in the spirit realm? It was working. Now, that don't mean that they got powers and they just this and they that. It just means just what it is. Sometimes we have to get hit in order for God to protect us so that we can see that we're supposed to be fighting. I do listen to other readers. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't listen. If you're into whatever you're into, you're going to be checking out other people, regardless of what you do. If you're into fashion, you're going to be checking out clothes, regardless of who wearing them. Even if it's your enemy. Your enemy may be a badass dresser, and you'd be like, hold up. Every time I see him or her, they looking fly. You cannot not be into what you're into. They be lying saying they listening. I watch other tarot readers. Now, a lot of them I don't watch after I realize what they're doing. A lot of them are really have the succubus energy. They are really drained. They're energy vampires. While you tuning in, they sucking you dry. And I'm not saying it's cool, but I just feel like, a lot of you talking their noise and say what you know what you're doing. I look at the comments of the people who watching these readers. I don't see the energy where you just can't. I don't see the energy where you can't feel it. But then, like I say, everybody not on the same level, but we all have a role to play, right? It ain't my job to call out who's doing what. That's not my job, because when you get spiritually in tune, some readers you have to gravitate from. Long as you're not in tune, you're going to gravitate towards the type of vibration that you're putting out there. You know, and I'm not here to be judge and jury of anybody. I just know that what they say, iron sharpen iron. I can't get sharpened off anything. And you have to know what type of metal you are, what it is that you possess. The Ace of Pentacles, like I said, is in reverse here. Some of you are struggling right now, but understand there's a financial breakthrough that's going to come through. It just has to come at a time when you realizing, okay, so this part not working anymore. Some of you need to critique what it is that you have going on, or where the money was really coming from at one point. At the bottom here, before I start snapping out, you have a commitment is being tested. Understand what that means. A lot of you have to realize that before we honestly get blessed, we got to see, what are you going to do under pressure? Are you going to use your gifts? Or are you going to go back to shooting up the spot? Are you going to go back to popping your trunk? You got to understand, what exactly are you doing? Because see, when you're not passing these tests, stuff starts to fall through, like your pentacles. You know, the things that you steady doing and you're not changing on. That's how this growth. See, we go through so much and then we just kind of stop, or we don't see nothing else. But now it's time to walk it out. A lot of you wake up every day wondering what's next. This has been going on since May, because I could feel like the aloofness in the air, kind of like you didn't come out of being told what to do from the universe, or from your guides, your ancestors, your angels. You're not being told what to do anymore, and you're lost. That's because now you should know what to do. And that's what this month is about. So let's get something out here. Give me, okay, what's this? 2. Surrender to the divine, full moon. And then what I'm hearing with that, for those of you that's doing these rituals, for like the full moons and things like these full moon rituals and things of that nature, if you're doing the rituals and stuff, this here, you need to just surrender all so that you can gain your true power. Because see, when you surrender to the divine, that means you're giving up these preconceived notions and ideas and concepts that are no longer serving you. Write down what it is that you're giving up, so that you can get a pull in. You can pull in what it is that you really need to move forward. See, this stagnancy is not just coming from enemies. See, a lot of the enemies can't even focus on you right now because of what? Because they got their own issues. If you've really been letting God handle, letting the Creator handle, your source handle your problems, karma's hitting your enemies. They don't really have time to play. They still trying to focus on you, but they really don't have time to. You know, and when you start manifesting your gifts, your powers, they stuff don't hit like it used to hit. Because what? Now you in there. And that's why I'm saying, a lot of people want to say, well, it didn't hit me. It hit you. Because how else did they become an enemy? You got to understand, if they ain't did nothing wrong, they're not your enemy. If it didn't manifest, they're not your enemy. Just because somebody come up against you, just because somebody give you an evil look, don't mean they don't like you. They don't mean they're your enemy. An enemy is somebody who actually has planned, or schemed against you. You got to understand the difference. So when people say, oh, God got you, it didn't even penetrate you. Okay, so what? They don't know what the hell they saying. Because it got to penetrate at some point. And God will allow things to hit you, so what? They have a reason to come get them. When you're not versed in war and strategy, some people are the martyr. for something to get started. And some of you are warriors to be the martyr. Something's going to get started and then you're going to finish it. By the time it gets to you, this been going on, but by the time it gets to you, it stops with you. You have a new romantic cycle begin. Some of you are coming into maybe even just loving yourself at some point. That heart chakra may have been open for a lot of you, and you're at a point where now it's time for love to come in. Real love. Real love. Because now you've been loving yourself. See, that ascension work deals with the whole process of you. Let's get one more out here. What's at the bottom here? Bring love into the situation. Some of you may be praying for a partner or just praying for a type of connection that's going to be lasting. It's going to be fulfilling. Some of you are dealing with people because of what? You been dealing with them for so long and you owe them a good relationship after you've been a dog. After you dogged them out and just did whatever. And they did whatever too. You know, and now it's like, okay, let's try to come together. Some of you was never supposed to be faithful to this person. This just was the person you were supposed to grow up off of. And you all know your story, right? At the bottom of the deck, it says a new start is coming. A new start is coming. That's the whole point. Not just in love, in everything. Your finances, the way you view finances, the way you budget. A lot of you are taking seminars, classes on budgeting, handling things differently. You have here a fiery climax approaches. And then you have here emotions are running high. Some of you are going to have some people come in and want to talk and want to display affection or just want to kind of just clear the air. And a lot of people are going to be thinking that they're going to get out of their karma with that, which that's not going to be the case. You know, because a lot of them are going to leave angrier when they realize that nothing's changed. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. Because when you realize we all have a role to play, you have to realize, you know, how you've overcome and you beat the odds. Now, you may have been messed with, dealt with, whatever, as a child. Then when you come along and things can't happen under your rule, you got to understand that's the growth. Some people go through and then as a child and then they allow others to go through. No growth. They just grew up. They aged out. If you aged out of being molested, being raped, and I'm saying aged out as a child into an adult, into a teenager, where you're the person that victimized you, tormented you, they didn't want you anymore. They couldn't deal with you like that anymore because you're old enough to defend yourself or what have you. You've aged out. But what do you think your course of action is now? I mean, my videos aren't for kids. So what do you think your course of action is now? You're supposed to help those that are being victimized. You can spot it a mile away because what? You've gone through it. You got your rites of passage. A lot of people, they think the tarot is for jokes and entertainment. No, tarot ain't never been that. Even over in the motherland, I've said this before in plenty of my other videos throughout the years. Tarot's not that. Tarot is just what it is. Tarot brings out the truth. Tell you what you're going to be dealing with. And it's up to you to dodge the bullet or stand in front of it and get hit. Don't nobody make decisions for you. A lot of you say, I'm grown. I don't need nobody to think for me. Well, what happened? Where's it? Creator, I come to you and I thank you for the collective. I speak that they continue to move and grow through their processes and understand what they've already overcome. I speak that they come to you, Creator, for plans, strategies on how to win and how to walk this thing out and not give up on themselves. Selah. Y'all have a good one. If you need a reading, everything's in the description box below. I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good one now.